Right now, what's really killing your startup isn't some big market crash. It's not a missing investor or a product nobody wants. It's something far simpler, but it sneaks in and poisons everything you build. It's the one mistake, the tiny crack in your foundation that turns into a sinkhole swallowing your efforts, your energy, your dreams. Imagine pouring day after day into your idea, your team, your future, and watching it crumble because you missed this. It's brutal. It's heartbreaking. And it's happening silently behind your back. Here's the thing. The biggest trap for founders, investors, and leaders isn't lack of skill. It's not even bad timing. It's misalignment. The staggering, invisible disconnect between the people who hold your startup together, the vision, the mission, the execution, and the harsh, messy reality of what's actually happening every day. Misalignment is the silent killer nobody talks about because it feels so abstract, so fuzzy, so normal. But it's not normal. It's lethal. Maybe it's in your team meetings where half the room is nodding, but nobody truly gets where you're going. Maybe it's in your deals, where promises sound good, but the real intention is different. Maybe it's within you, between what you believe and what you force yourself to accept because it's safe or expected. This disconnect slowly erodes trust, motivation, speed, and innovation, the very lungs your startup breathes through. Watch how many brilliant teams fall apart, not because they didn't have the skills or product. They fail because their alignment fractures, because the fire that once united them starts to flicker and die under the weight of unspoken doubts, hidden agendas, confusion about direction, or fear of confrontation. This is why the same product, the same market, the same funding makes one startup soar and another fall flat. If this hurt sounds familiar, you're in the right place to fix it, to ignite again, to come alive in a way you never dreamed possible. But the fix isn't easy. It's not in slick hacks or viral marketing. It starts with brutal honesty, the kind that shakes your team to the core and forces raw truths into the light. You must uncover the gaps in understanding, the unshared fears, the conflicting priorities that live under the surface. It's uncomfortable, and it should be. Now imagine instead that every single person on your team breathes the same vision, that every investor, founder, and player moves with shared purpose. Imagine no side conversations killing trust or secrets eating away at momentum. This kind of alignment doesn't happen because you tell people what to do. It happens because you build a culture where questioning is sacred, where disagreement is a tool, not a weapon, where each voice stitches the fabric tightly instead of tearing it apart. Here's a secret most leaders miss. Alignment is not about agreement. It's about radical clarity and ruthless transparency. Clarity about who you are, what you want, and where nobody is left guessing. Transparency about struggles, failures, even doubts. This is where true power is hidden. When you dare to make everything visible, the doubts, the risks, the fears, you invite a level of commitment that paper contracts can't buy. And this clarity creates freedom. Freedom for individuals to speak up boldly without fear of rejection. Freedom to pivot with confidence because you know everyone is behind the change. Freedom to innovate explosively because none of you are trapped by old beliefs or hidden resentments. It's the freedom that turns ordinary teams into unstoppable forces that reshape markets, redefine products, and inspire waves of others. The scary truth? Most startups never get here because they refuse to unlearn. They cling to old habits, pretending all is well, avoiding tough conversations, chasing superficial harmony that masks chaos. But this is not how legends are made. It's how mediocrity is manufactured. Winners burn down their old selves and rebuild with fire. They break every rule that locks them in and reinvent what's possible. So how do you start? Step 1 is brutal. Stop seeking comfort. Comfort kills. Comfort is the silent assassin of dreams. Look closely at every easy path you're tempted by. Every excuse that tells you to avoid conflict or ignore warning signs. These are chains disguised as cushions. Break them. Embrace discomfort as your new normal. Only through discomfort grows trust, alignment, and real progress. Next, build your team like you build your startup. Not by collecting people, but by connecting rare individuals who burn with the same fire you do. Not the many, the noisy, the easy to please, but the few, the fiercely driven, the widely different, who dare to challenge you and each other. This raw, messy synergy of diverse minds, aligned in purpose, is the magic no investor can buy. Then, practice ruthless patience. This isn't a race. It's a marathon through fog to a summit no one else sees. Progress comes slowly when you're breaking norms, unlearning old ways, and constructing something never done before. Those who burn too fast without grounding become ashes. Those who go steady, who sharpen alignment daily, build monuments. And here's the most powerful idea you might not have heard. Your startup struggle is not broken if you treat it like a finished puzzle to fix. Treat it like a living organism that demands care, trust, and constant realignment. Your role isn't just to lead, but to orchestrate, to be the glue and the spark. To listen fiercely and act with intention. To build not just a business, but an ecosystem. A network of fiery individuals bound not by comfort or rule books, but by relentless purpose. If you embrace this, you tap into a power that shakes foundations, your own and the market's. You become a startup not trapped by old illusions, but soaring on the wings of radical clarity and connected strength. You break free from the chains of mediocrity and claim what's yours, a world unlocked by your vision and shared will. This isn't for everyone. It's for the burned, the restless, the defiant. For those who feel silenced in a world loud with lies and shallow promises. For those who know deep inside that comfort is a cage and freedom demands fire. If you're here, if this hits your core, it's time to stop walking the familiar road that kills your spark and start blazing your own trail where no map exists. Alignment isn't a checkbox. It's a rebellion against the noise, the fake harmony, the slow death of potential. It's a call to build unbreakable bonds where tension is fuel, where purpose is North Star, and where every conversation tears down illusions and builds real power. So here's what to do after this moment. Get brutally honest with your team today. Ask the questions no one wants to answer. Strip away the polite masks. Listen hard. Listen without agenda. And then, rebuild. Align deeply, in values, vision, daily action. Break the cycle of default agreement. Build sacred spaces for conflict and clarity. Spread this culture so virally, it becomes who you are. Because in that fierce fire of alignment, your startup stops bleeding. It starts breathing, growing, leading, changing everything. Not because the world demanded it, but because you dared to stop saying yes to comfort and started saying yes to becoming real, raw, unstoppable. This moment is your turning point, the beginning of dismantling the illusions holding your startup hostage. Remember, what's broken right now is just a signpost. It's the universe screaming that the old model won't work anymore. This is your invitation to break free, to connect the rare few who burn like you do, and to create something no system can contain. Reach beyond convenience. Reject complacency. Align fiercely. The future isn't waiting. It's burning, just like you are. Step forward into that fire. Your startup's survival, no, its explosion into greatness, depends on it. Don't let one invisible crack ruin everything you've risked. Fix alignment. Unleash the power inside your team and inside yourself. Rewrite what's possible. Now, look around. There is no greater weapon than a team fired up with shared vision and brutal honesty. This is the secret sauce, the hidden force behind every startup that matters. This is what turns a struggle into a revolution and a startup into a movement. So go, make the hard calls, tear down illusions, unleash the rare, don't water them down. Align your people until their synergy becomes a tidal wave no one can stop. Because when you do, what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Your startup isn't just a company. It's a signal, a spark, the start of something that will outlive every crisis and break every chain. This is your chance to build beyond the system, beyond borders, and beyond comfort. Step into your power, lead with fire, and watch your startup rise like a storm no one saw coming. Every second you wait, that crack grows. Every moment without true alignment is a battle lost. Don't settle for less. Don't accept limits. This is the fight worth fighting, the fire worth feeding, and the future worth claiming. If you're ready to burn brighter, to build deeper connections, to transform realignment into revolution, then nothing can stop you. Your startup's survival isn't luck. It's alignment. Master it. Own it. Live it. And rise.